Ladies and gentlemen, I am the War Boss Squeak. Sorry, got a little something caught in my throat there. Thought I'd stop by and talk to old Dalton real quick before we got going, but it doesn't look like he's really got anything new to say, so we are going to have to make our way over to the next district, which I cannot remember the name of. Alder Revealed Mysteries. Let's actually go there first. Brackenberry, that's where we want to go. But, actually, no, let's just go there first. We will come back to the other stuff. I'd like to get this one done. I'm spending too much time getting sidetracked doing multiple things. But nothing has really changed as far as equipment has gone. I switched him back to his, what is it called? The, Whispers of Yenwood. We've been fighting a lot of undead. I think that would probably help a bit. Other than that, everybody else has got pretty much the same equipment. Still loving that that mask. It reminds me of the bad guy from Legend of Korra. Shitty show, but kind of a cool bad guy. Started like working on his background, at which point, like everything else in that show, it just took a nosedive. Amazing. Did such a great job the first time, such a horrible job the second. Let's take off the fast travel here. What is this? This is the Charred Barrel. I'm assuming that's a inn of some kind. Now, what do we got here? We've got Rainmont's Guard, Rainmont's Servant. Guard, let's talk to him. Can't talk now. The master of the house doesn't tolerate shirking. Speaks often to the Lord's daughter, Lynette. She's sensitive. Sensitive how? Guard. There she is. Father reads to me. He's always busy with his own books. How old are you, honestly? Where is the Lord of the house? Upstairs, maybe? Yeah. The label's all perfectly angled outward, boasting an array of fine vintages. However, they're all coated in dust. Like a guy who's been consumed by his work. I wonder. A servant. Sprigs of dried lavender and rosemary infuse the kitchen with a fresh aroma. Skins are so bright and red, it looks like someone taking the time to polish each fruit individually. For all we know, someone has. Lord Raymond. There we go. Let's not steal from the nice man. Ledgers list quantities of wheat, copper, and weir wood. Deep crease along the spine suggests the book never closes.
Hello.
Lord Raymond is holding a shipping manifest in his well-manicured hands. Despite his expensive clothes, he has a sallow complexion and the restless air of a man who devotes all his days and most of his nights to work. If you have business to discuss, make an appointment with my attendant. I don't have time for unexpected visitors. Tell me about yourself. I'm lord of this house, not prone to idle chatter. If you have no business here, I suggest you be off. Well, isn't he just a fun man? I know where his attendant is, and quite frankly, I'm not in the mood to go looking. And come to think of it, I still haven't rested since. A little sad about that. How much time do we have until our castle keep is done? That says 3 days on that, but... and keep started. I don't even know what on day 19, so it should be done pretty soon, actually. Guess we'll check this place out. The what's it called? The Charred Barrel or something like that. Tombstone icon indicates some messages written by backers. Many of them break the fourth wall, so characters desiring immersion should skip them. This is like a fine restaurant. Heartless bitch. The young elf is dressed in gaudy robes that he seems ready to cast off. He picks out a heavily brocaded sleeve and continually adjusts the gold chain around his neck. He looks up at you. Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell I'm not going anywhere without that medallion. Told Cyril I wouldn't let her sell it. That's what you're here about, then save yourself the trouble. He puffs up his chest but glances at the exit. What are you talking about? If you have to ask, you're obviously not here to shake me down. Cyril's a courtesan over the salty mass and Onderon's gift. We've been working together for over a year now. Find a noble with more money than sense, fill him up with liquor, and send him her way. A good time, Cyril takes her fee and a little extra. Lord Copper's here, a trinket there. It's a bounty for us, and these lords and ladies never notice anything missing. It's dishonest. It's surviving. Points a finger and one ruby ring catches the light. If these nobles have more wealth than they can hang on to, why should they keep it? Anyway, we always split the bounty till a week ago. She takes the necklace off some nobles and with a medallion damn near priceless. The relic is sacred to my clan, but she won't part with it for any sum I could afford. If I wanted to, I can't go home without it. It's a hard thing. Tell me more about your situation. You don't want to know. What makes this a medallion so important? I grew up in Irglafan with the Shattering Spear clan. We Glyphathans have protected Irgwith in ruins for thousands of years. It's the only duty the gods ask of us in exchange for the freedom to live as we please. Treasure hunters looted the ruin in our territories and we left the wilds that we've dwelled in for generations. So my clan may scattered to towns around the Deerwood and probably live on crusts of bread. Sharon's medallion to the ruins would earn us the gods' forgiveness. The Shattered Spear could go home. So rather fascinating. A single medallion to earn the gods' favor and return home. Reminds me of a story I heard somewhere. Tell me about Cyril. She's a courtesan of the Salty Master and Onderon's gift. She wasn't born to much, but she's done what she has in order to escape that. He has a string of amber beads around his wrist. She's a good friend. Without her, I'd probably be living hand to mouth like the rest of the Shattering Spear. But this isn't about her or me. It's about the 40 people in my clan and the way of life we've held on to for generations. I think you've done well enough for yourself. Was this a scrap by in the gutters like the rest of my clan, but I'd give it all up for that medallion. I offered to, but it's worth more than anything I've got, and Cyril knows it. Still don't understand why you can't take your money and return to Irglafan. Of course I could, but I'm not talking about logic and practicality. A community isn't a place, it's a connection to history and meaning. Like an anchor. Defending the ruins for the gods gave us a purpose. Without that, we're adrift. Does that make any sense? Yes, it does. You know, it's like to care for something you can't explain. So help me get the medallion. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Find her the Salty Mass. The only way he receives her this day is by paying, so you have to go to Macia. Whatever you do, please don't hurt her. Got a little bit of experience for that. Naunton. Sounds familiar. Begging your pardon. Oh, it's you. It's good to see you well. We had a few rough days here, and then we found this place, and we're kind of to hire us both. It's been wonderful. I can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've done. I could have sworn I killed you. It's hard work, but good wages, can't complain.
Well met, friend.
It's dressed in neat but functional clothes. His sun-wrinkled skin and limber musculature reflects a life spent in the wilderness. Well met. What brings you to the Charred Barrel? Is this your place? It's my retirement. It used to be a warehouse back when Blackberry saw more ship traffic, but it fell out of use when the area became mostly residential. I heard there's some great uncle who never had any luck pawning it off on my cousins. Now it's the most popular spot in Brackenberry. Nobles come out and wine, kith from other districts come to mingle. A few rough types too, but they behave in here. Besides, their coin's as good as anyone else's. Let me see your menu. Some food I should probably think about buying, but let's get rid of some of our junk real quick. Got a bunch of stuff we don't need. Alright, when did I pick up another battle axe? I don't know if I should sell this. I mean, it's worth a lot of money. But I don't know. I hold on to it for now. If anybody's watched this, let me know if I should sell some of the scrap. Don't know what else I'm gonna do with it. So breastplate. I'll probably keep that just in case somebody else needs it. Oh yeah, I've got this freaking belt as well. Cancel. There we go. I don't think there's really much else I need in here. Should probably buy a night's sleep, but I ain't really worried about it right now. Anyway, we also have this little fella here. Let's take a closer look at this thing. Plus 5 damage reduction against burning, freezing, grants Woodskin when hit by a critical for 2 per encounter. What's Woodskin do? Come on. Ah, here we go. Plus 6 damage reduction for 15 seconds. That's when receiving a critical hit. That should definitely go to Aemir. I remember I had a belt for you. I don't know what happened to it. Well, that's a weird little glitch. I wonder what's causing that. Anyway, we need to go to the Sanitarium. There it is. Down the steps and across the district. I'll definitely take the opportunity to grab some fruit. And why not? What is this? Why won't it let me see it? Oh, there we go. Show me how that works. The marble is cool and perfectly smooth. Droplets of crystal clear water bead the statues. Nice. Oh, there's an Animancer here. Hello. Looking to find the Animancy Center in the Deerwood. Too many variables. Another Animancer, maybe? Nedlin.
Good day, stranger.
Woman stands in the shade of the garden, muttering to herself. She's fixated on the page of a large and well-worn tome, seemingly oblivious to the blooming flowers and the cool, fragrant breeze. Someone looks up on your shadow across her page. Do you mind? I'm rather busy. What are you so busy with? I'm studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into people at birth and put them and out of them at death, but we still have a lot of questions about what makes them stick, so to speak. What do you mean about making them stick? Souls power bodies and give their tissues life, but only when they're firmly attached. It's separation that leads to a whole spat of soul-related ailments, including the Hollowborn. But if we could understand how to reattach souls, we could end Wadwin's legacy, maybe even conquer death. That's the theory, anyway. Fortunately, I don't have the research I need to put it into practice. What exactly do you need? There's a manuscript called The Thorns of Pangrim. Contains research from Pangrim's experiments on detached souls. All revealed mysteries is rumored to have a copy in the Elder Archives. Pangrim's work is considered to be one of the more daring animancy texts. Not something generally circular among novices. Not easy to get hold of. I wonder if we might have a peek at it. The theorems could advance my research by leaps and bounds, but Grumda, the High Archivist, worshipped whale. She's had some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge. Since she's not exactly a proponent of animancy, she tends to restrict the kind of information that would be useful to me. Maybe she could be persuaded. I'm going to try, but you wouldn't be the first. Anyway, I should probably get back to my work. Alright, thank you very much, and farewell. And we have another quest. Now, we just want to talk to this guy. Kill him. Just talk to him. Necessary, bribe him. I have to retrieve his work. So, let's see about finding the guy first. What? Warned an animator from the... Oh, what the hell? Head Warden Elthamir. Well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down, unblinking over the bustle of harried academics pestered by the hopeful desperate. Strong with emanates from it that you can sense across the room. There's a human source stolen in the stonework. He feels attention turned towards you. It's been some time since a watcher graced these halls. I am envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is it that has brought you to my sanitarium? Look for an animator named Mordred. Mordred, of course. You'll find him downstairs in the first room on the right. Curious how you came to be in your present state. The statue, you mean? Well, I was old. It seemed wrong to me. A lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it, all of it, in death. Somewhere someday I would wake up in a new body, none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely. All that experience wasted. We're to unearth the principles behind our existence. It will be in spite of our condition. Of that, I'm quite sure. To live on as part of something I helped build seems to me a better legacy than what nature had in store. Transfer itself was fairly simple as our techniques go, and for that I'm grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they're not your own. I do miss being able to take an active role in the scholarly efforts here, but now and again one of our animators will humor me and consult over some problem. But they are a jealous breed and too often afraid to collaborate. If you're considering it yourself, I can tell you it isn't for the easily bored. What about the Sanitarium? A history lesson. This is a rare pleasure. Most come in here only concerned with cheating death one way or another. We're an old institution as Deerwood goes. It's our 94th year. As with many cities, the growth of Defiance Bay brought with it a host of problems. One of those worst was that those born with, shall we say, ill-favored souls came to populate its streets in droves, thus the Sanitarium. Brackenberry was a natural fit. It was growing, but there was also a lot of money here back then. This place owes its survival to the curiosities of the wealthy more than anything else. Our founding came at a time of great suspicion in animancy, much like today. So much progress has been lost in the mishaps of a few careless practitioners. But in time it was forgotten, as all things are. Since then we have been at the forefront of animancy resurgence. We have played host to many gifted researchers and pushed the boundaries of our knowledge in ways never thought possible. Some of the first safe transferences were done here. We have pioneered work in soul purification, lineage analysis, preservation. It's really quite a list, if you'll pardon my pride. Today well, I can't say it's exactly the same. There's been some push to shut us down. It comes from Deerwood's more excitable denizens, whose minds are more passionate than thoughtful, I'm afraid. People see this legacy, and they see it involving something they don't understand. So it's natural for them to suspect people whose understanding exceeds theirs. Looks to them like they were hiding something. We have a representative in the palace for this very moment, defending our entire science of animancy at a hearing before the Duke, absurd as it sounds. If not go well, this could be the end of animancy in Deerwood. I fear Avir will be swayed by this unrest, irrational though it may be. We shall see. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so this guy's downstairs. Oh, sorry. So basically those of a more, shall we say, criminal and possibly crazy bent were sent to the mental institution where their soul... I guess it makes a certain amount of sense, I was trying to say. Actually read people's souls. I mean, maybe you can do something good with them. Now, is this guy going to be nice? Because if he has another fetch quest for me, I'm going to freaking punt him in the head. Nah, it's not you. Who are you?
Gods keep you.
Woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. She almost walks into you. It's you. Here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research. I do not see the kiss standing in front of me. What can I do? What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakening. Sublimating pre-awakened souls is one of Animancy's greatest successes, and I'm working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. The truth is I find few suitable subjects here. Wadwin's legacy have left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. I fear I will return to revenue with nothing to show for my efforts. How fortunate. I'm awakened. I've been recalling flashes of a past life. Most interesting, but not the kind of awakened I can study, I'm afraid. As soon as awakened soul can be triggered with predictable stimuli. Souls such as these tend to manifest as alternate personas in the host. I thank you for the offer. Something else you need? Nah, we're good. I think, yeah, what? Old crazy man probably could have helped that guy. Been helped there. There we go. Everybody in the room. Animancer scribbles furiously on a parchment scroll in his free hand, while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over the scroll, he looks up at you with mingled perplexity and irritation.
How do you do?
Can I help you? Does the name Helig mean anything to you? Helig, a colleague of mine. He was primarily a necromancer, but he was involved in animancy too. He worked at the Sanitarium for several years. I dare say everyone here has heard of him. He clears his throat. Left his post recently. I believe he's seeking new opportunities in the Valiant Republics. The advances they're making in animancy really are quite remarkable. Surely you've heard. He coughs again. Perhaps you haven't. Do you know a woman named Rowena? No, I don't get out of Sanitarium much. About Helig. This engineering works here. I've heard it differently. What are you insinuating? If this is your idea of a joke, I assure you it's in very poor taste. Might 13 crack your knuckles. I insinuate nothing. Subtlety isn't my style. You wouldn't. Quit wasting my time, Animancer. There's no need for that. I confess it. I killed that beast because no one else had the spine for it. He was a madman. Years of perverse experiments, twisting healthy souls, torturing damaged souls. And for what? He flayed the essence from Glandfathan indigents for his amusement. Public had known half of his deeds. They'd erased this place to the ground. He used the Sanitarium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame upon us all and put the entire discipline at risk. I regret nothing. Anyway, you now know the whole grisly story. He said you stole a grimoire from him. His grimoire, what's that Bandon been telling you? Give him the key. He said you kept it in the trunk over there. Mordred takes the key with a trembling hand, his hands darting into the trunk behind you. You've been misled. There's no grimoire here, and Helig never intended you to find one. Such a thing is an insatiable hunger for blood. Thank you for denying him. Now I hope I can convince you to return and slay him once for all. Yeah, something I need. I don't know if you promised you, but you've already lied to you, and about the grimoire, I don't have it. If I've told you about that evil, deceitful man hasn't swayed you, I don't know what else to say. Trust him at your own peril. In the corner of Mordred's lab rests a large weathered trunk. It seems to contain something important, if only by virtue of its size. Examine the trunk more closely. Nothing grabs your attention except the large padlock on the front. Whatever this Animaster keeps in here, he does not want anyone else to have or see. Open the trunk. Ah, for Christ's sakes, give me the key back.
Hail and well met.
About Helig. Helig's soul returned to his corpse through sinister magic. He wants revenge. No doubt. Now you understand why I killed him. Somebody had to. If he sent you, I hope I can convince you to return and slay him once and for all. I'll finish him. Good, I'm glad somebody finally will. Let's return my word. Give me the damn key.
Hail, traveler.
What are you working on? What's a witch? Hallborn has received a transplanted animal sword during infancy. One of the Animacy's early efforts to cure the legacy, if not successful. Okay, that's about what I figured. Be quick about it. Don't touch anything. The Sanitarium has a lax visitor policy, but I don't. Alright, dude. I will kill you. You know what? I hardly like doing this, but I think we're going to have to revert to an autosave, because I need to know what's in this trunk. Alright, let's try this again. I don't usually like reverting a save like this, but I feel like I screwed something up, and I want to know what's in this jam chest. It bugs me, and he won't let me open it. Alright, unlock the trunk. Take the key you've acquired from Helig and place it in the lock. If it fits perfectly and turns a solid clunk, you've lost item Mordred's trunk key. Oh, hello. The trunk holds no grimoires or treasures. Instead, you find yourself staring into the feral gaze and toothy maw of a twisted, monstrous creature. Its humanoid form has been overwhelmed by bony angles and terrible claws. At the start, you recognize the vague shape of a young girl beneath the... Oh, wow. Okay. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, okay. I think I'll stick with my first choice then after all. For crying out loud. So, yes. You're going back to the part where he doesn't die, because that's not the path we took. I just want to see what was in the damn thing. Yeah. It's really weird. You would think that, like, maybe there would be, like, some rattling sound or something in the trunk. But there is not, and I'm not interested in talking with any of these other people. So let's go back and kill the bastard after we get a good night's sleep at the local inn. Unless he jumps us in the street, which I don't think is likely. He's got some nits, but I think we should be able to handle that without too much trouble. Actually, you know what?
Gods keep you.
No, I can't ask him. I was hoping we could maybe ask him about Mordred and this other jackass, but Not so much. Which is fine, I suppose. I'm curious about something. We're about getting about halfway to the next level. I wonder if my rogue is leveled up. I don't know if that all works together or not. Probably have to look it up. Okay, move faster. Actually, better yet, move in the right direction. Oh, hello. Is this a shop opener, or... Nope, just people admiring the wares. Never mind. Just freaking nobility everywhere. And there wouldn't be that many nobles in the city, I wouldn't think. More nobles. Whatever. Screw you, nobles. Now, we're going to go to the inn in this district. It's probably... I need to reread the rules for recovery, because I think it's your global cooldown and affects weapon speed.
Sagani, does your fox bite?
Yes.
Can I pet him anyway?
It's your hand.
You asked me for one. I said no, not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Yes, sir. I found you out here playing with a blade that can clearly belong to the knights. Do you see the problem? Didn't steal it, honest. I traded a secret for it. Ask him. That's what my son says. Wants to be a Crucible knight. I thought it was a good way to get him started in an honorable profession. I still want to prove it, my boy having a weapon, but I'm glad he's no thief. Keep the blade while holding onto it until you're a squire with the knights. Come on, Gordy. I won't have you loitering out here all day.
I'm gonna pet him.
Did Edgar just say that he was going to... Edgar, don't be dumb. I was wondering if there was going to be any consequences to that. I was actually expecting to be jumped by a vengeful parent after he cut off his finger or something. Quick nap, back in the catacombs. We've already triggered all the traps on the door. And we'll beat this guy into the utter ground.
Greetings.
Let's get a room. A common room will do. Okay, 8 hours have passed.
Well met, friend.
Let's see about buying some food. Oh. Ooh, level 4 adventure is 1,000. Let's see. Stew. Yellow lab. Oh, cool. You can buy additional pets. Actually kind of cool. Alright, grab 2 of those. Let's see. Sweet pie. Plus 10 max endurance. Plus 2 dex. Plus 2 con. Plus 2 con. Also, plus 2 might. That'd be nice. Now, let's grab all 6 of those. All 6 of the chicken. So might plus 1 perception. Counter perception. Max health. Now let's grab all 6 of these as well. Do I have anything to sell you? Yeah, I have a couple of shields I could sell. I don't know if I want to sell the rest of the stuff or not. If it doesn't if I have a magical version of it, I'll probably keep it. Best way to look at it, I figure. That should be enough. Lost a little bit of money. That's quite alright. Man, when is my thing going to be done yet? Has it not been 3 days already? Alright, back to the catacombs, which I believe are over this way. Don't quote me on that, though. Oh. I was like, that guy looks interesting. Yeah, it's a backer. Now, since he's dead, I'm guessing the Whispers of Yenwood would be a better weapon to use than what we currently have. Yeah, there's the catacombs. Alright, so we've got camping supplies, we've got food. I'll split. Oh, looks like I forgot to loot one of them. Shame on me. No. Didn't I already loot him? I was sworn I did. Ah, I thought all these guys were dead. Suppose I missed one. Huh. Well, shame on me. Now, where the hell am I going? Yeah, all the way up here. All this trouble because some guy misses his dead girlfriend. I am such a nice person for going through all this trouble for him. I just want everybody to know that. Hello. Ah, good chunk of money over here I forgot as well. You know, let's go around this way. Or we've already triggered the traps. There we go. Whoops. I think these all stack. Now then. I can't let your research continue. It sounded just like him. No ambition stuck on his project, a self-righteous sense of ethics. Left to people like Mordred, animancy would be a little more than sorting Igwith and pottery. Would be stuck in time with those hut dwellers. Everyone wants immortality, but no one wants to know what it costs. Yeah, well. Costs indeed. There's a purpose you can yet serve. Alright. Bum rush this nice gentleman, please. I figured that was going to go about as well as it went.
Sure.
Let's see, we have a fine scepter, another grimoire, fine robe, and a soulward amulet. Soul prowls within the bloodstone like a caged stelgar. It's filled with a fierce, restless energy. Who are you? See an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rona. Vision shifts to a windswept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in matching leathers lay dead, and their bodies contorted and deformed by some sinister sorcery. Rona falls amongst them, her dead body collapsing next to a young man you saw earlier. She's too weak to speak, but the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light and fixate on Rowena. He reaches out to her, and what little life remains in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. With a final contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. Dalton sent me to find you. The soul pulses with warmth that fills your mind with memories of a young man who's both bold and generous. But fury and despair gnaw those images away till all you can feel is cold crimson walls pressing against you and some loathsome feeding off you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering the soul inside, rising, dissipating among the stars. Farewell. Alright, so we know what to do. And we'll take that one as well. So that was all it took to kill the guy, huh? I'll admit that was somewhat anticlimactic. Where'd that damn book go? Let's see what the old guy had in his grimoire. Stuff I already have. I wish I had killed him first and then leveled up. Could have gotten some different stuff out of it. Pretty unlikely we're going to run into anything nasty on the way out of here. Anytime you guys are ready. Okay, here they come. The Fast and the Furious.
I've never been to Nasitak. Is it very cold? What creatures wander the tundra? How are your leaders chosen?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out some parchment for notes.
Ask whatever you want. If I don't know, I'll make something up.
I like her, and I really like Kana. His personality is very very unique and endearing.
Well met, friend.
Did you find her? Yes, but not as you expected. Rowan used to wear this. Where did you get it? From your old adversary, Helig. He trapped her soul inside it. She's here, back with me at last. Perhaps her presence here like this will bring me peace. This isn't what you want to hear, but releasing her soul back in the cycle would be best for both of you. Destroy it! But I have to have her back after so long. I couldn't bear to lose her again, have her near me, but having her near me would be enough. How she found you now so you could finally say goodbye. You're right. Please let me do this. He draws a club with trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel essence rushing from it. Thank you for showing me reason. I shall wait for me in the next life. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Please take this. He hands you the club. It's from my old adventuring days. I think it's time I finally let them go. Huh. It's kind of cool, actually. Wish in the past is done, and we've got Dal Iwan Debida. Unique club one-handed. 12 to 18 crush damage. Plus 5 accuracy, plus 4 accuracy for it being fine, plus 15 damage. Plus 20 damage against prone, stunned, and flanked enemies. Good lord. Vengeance just and merciless. That thing is a beast. Alright, throw it in the stash. Grants the staff in there as well while we're at it. Alright, let's take a look at our quest log here. Alright, not far from the Queen. We need to go to the Temple of Vodika. But I've also got... not that one. Okay, Records Archive. And okay, that's in the Ducal Palace. So I think both of these are going to have to require us to actually go to. Ah, damn it, wrong button. Yeah, I guess we could go to the Hall of Mysteries right now, so that's close. But the temple and the Ducal Palace, I believe, are in the same district, so we'll have to go there next. Got a little bit of time, though. I actually stole something from the hall. How they managed to do that? No, talk to me. Well, they won't talk to me. Whale only knows Grimalda's looking for someone to blame, though. Steer clear for a few days. Oh, this will be fun. How unfortunate I don't have my thief here to help.
I could while away hours in here. If we had the time, of course. Do we?
So, welcome to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries.
Greetings.
Okay. You're looking to browse all the stacks, but mind you keep your voice down. This is still a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. This is a temple, looks like a library. That's because it is. Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. To think there's such a place in the Deerwood. Incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon those shelves. Fascinating. Isn't it? Temples dedicated to Whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Who is Grimda? Well, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing anyway. Should probably tread lightly around her today. Fair enough. Where can I find the nice lady? These are all stealing. Keep searching. The obscured leaves clues for those who seek.
Gods keep you.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose. You certainly couldn't do any worse than this lot, anyway. These are made off an ancient scroll of Whale. They tend to blaspheme you by selling that which should remain hidden. A secret of the 100 visions. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Deerford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Whale rewards a persistent seeker, and so do I. Ancient Scroll of Whale, that's a fine prize. I mean, a worthy task. Let's ask about the book. If you let me know, I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes so that this needed never sets foot in here again. Meantime, a token of your appreciation. Wow, she is a bitch. That's what we wanted to see her barred entirely? Seems a fearsome price to pay. Knowledge dangled just out of reach makes a tempting price for any soul. Tell me about the missing scroll. Ask. You know about the thieves. Very low, except they were foolish enough to believe they could steal from the god of secrets. That, and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. What's special about the scroll? Well, as a god of secrets, if I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't I? It's a parable. It kind of nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. And I'll return to the scroll. Possibly this painted eye seems to move whenever you turn your back. I'll admit, that's not how I wanted that to go. I'm about halfway to the next level. Alright. Well. Maybe if we go to this farm here, we get something done here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Allow me to make sure that they never set foot in this place ever again. Apparently, more interested in...
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light would be very convincing.
Funny thing about Deerwoodans. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
I love the little back and forths. What do you sell?
Good day, stranger.
Rations? Okay, just right. Dragon meat. Holy shit. 3,700. Dragon eggs are 3,000? Oh my god.
How do you do?
What's so special about Solnid? She operates in an expedition hall. Sells the best equipment in the city, but Wayne keeps her on a short leash. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozens, and animals he takes a liking to. Should probably stop there real quick. I've got the money. Should I spend it on the plate armor? Only one more damage reduction, but it could be very, very helpful. I'm just not really sure. It's driving me nuts. I don't like being indecisive. I wouldn't mind these as much if I could enchant them. Otherwise, they're just kind of annoying. Alright, well, let's go head up to this exhibition thingy real quick. And maybe we can get some work that takes us towards the same direction as this farmhouse, and we can kill two birds with one stone. Oh, that's hardly fair. Ah, you'd be the one I'm looking for. Oh boy, what do we got? Bandon Lear, a well-groomed man steps to the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched to his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. His companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup wandering in, I see. You know that Bane's giant slayers run things around here and you'll be fine. Never heard of him. You have now. Stick around to Defiance Bay and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason the giant slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. Enough jabber, Ben. Bine? You gonna do the job or talk about it? Wendon's right. The coin ain't gonna collect itself. See you around, pup. So, willing to bet those are at some point going to be bad guys, and that I'm going to kill them all. And for this, I'm okay.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Looking for
Go
work.
see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Tell me about the dozens. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. Our loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Deerwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least I remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Your roots. Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Deerwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who have protected it. It was that the Saints' War ended with the Godhammer destroying Wyden at the Evon Dwyer Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Wyden wound up on that bridge. 7 men and 5 women. Or 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Howgate Citadel and faced down a god, held in there till the bomb went off. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. The same now as we were then. We stand up for the people, first line defense, whatever it takes. We've got new enemies now. If it's not Widewin, it's his damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers and Brackenberry making things worse on all of us. Probably causing the whole thing one way or the other. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended Deerwood once, we'll do it again. You guys are a joke. You didn't defend anybody. The ones that did all died. We gotta go get something to guard, damn you. What's your name? Oh, you're Osric.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wendon. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
I like him. Although, there's something I need done, something that requires competence.
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just ask for it back?
No. Well, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
As long as the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more distracting than the crowd with the wrong idea. Yeah.
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
I've gotten word from a reliable source that Penham visited a forger in Ondrin's gift right after his soul lineage read by a cipher in Durden Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me.
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Generations of Mossix traditions are any indication. This Penham probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Alright, I'm down with that. Actually sounds pretty cool. Now, where is the armorer? Probably in here. Bam.
Good day to you.
See you before you head out with an expedition company? Or are you betting on one? Can I buy something? Afraid not. See, the dozens only do business with me so long as I do business with them, and they're good customers. If you get on Osric's good side, he can make an exception for you. He's probably training some new recruits right now. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Don't mind that at all. We are going to make a quick run over to this farmhouse and deal with the thieves. And then we'll come back into town and pretty much call it a day. I think it's been going along. Honestly, I'm just having way too much fun. So some of these might be a little bit longer than they should. Got plenty of attention out of the one that was like almost 2 hours long, so I must be doing something right. Alright, world map. Oh. If anything, I do love this game. So, let's say Guardian stance. I think that's actually probably a better one to have on. Oh, nice. Okay, so Woodland Plain, I think, is where we need to go. Abandoned farmhouse. Oh, I bet that's the one with the. Where that is. The people you meet and fight in the world can be taken prisoner and held in your stronghold. I think I need to get a barracks for that. I think.
I'll see what I can find.
Let's go stealth. I think it's like right over here is what we're looking for. Oh, hello. Wizard. Naden. Wizard. Remember from Blackberry strides over you, the hem of her robe is torn and covered in burrs. You could have just refused. You could have forgotten all about the theorems of Pangrim, but you had to go and tell Grimda. Oh, she's mad. Thought you were trustworthy. Shrug. No matter. Oh, you guys are so screwed. No, he's getting pounded on.
We gotta take.
Well, I didn't think she was gonna ban you, but you can be a punk about it, I suppose. It really wasn't anything personal. That doesn't actually tell me anything. There we go. Now what do we got here? Oh, lots of nice stuff. Probably take another look at the other grimoire. Ring of Eternal Funding. +5 copper? Yeah, hi. Taking that. Holy shit. Lots of grimoires. Lots and lots of grimoires and fine robes and bunches of money. Okay, so yeah, that probably could have gone better, but extra 5 copper all the time. Take that. Alright, so what is in here? Okay, fine. These all have the same thing in them? They do, I'm just going to sell them, but... Alright. Okay, you do have some new spells in here for me to look at. Jolting Touch, Ray of Fire, and Draining Touch. I don't want the touch spells, though. Yeah, I need to pay more attention to how these work. And we got Ray of Fire again, Noxious Burst, Binding Web, looks like they all have the same thing in them. I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but I guess it makes a certain amount of sense. And we'll deal with these later. So, that was not the fight I was expecting to be picking, to be completely honest. Yeah, let's just rest. I was like, hey, yeah, we'll go down to the farmhouse. Oh my god, there's a bunch of people trying to kill me. I was so intent on coming here, I wasn't expecting to be jumped by anybody else. What if it would have changed things if I had said I was sorry? Oh, shnikes. Okay, really glad I saved that. Thief. Some fire back up there. And where are you at?
Beyond the sea.
Wait, why are you equipping your... There we go, the melee weapons on. Not quite sure I understand that. All right. Wasn't rightly expecting that. Ooh. Hello, gorgeous. And yet another grimoire. Jesus God. Just freaking dropping magical books of knowledge out of their ass at no issue whatsoever. Yeah, hello. Grant Sunbeam, 3 per rest. 50% damage on poison, minus 50% disease. And if I had Pilgrim's Crown, I could make it fine. Oh my god, this is amazing. Okay, so first off, you're grabbing that just so we can take a look at it. You grab that, we'll take a look at that. Got the Scroll of Whale. Scroll is bound with silver threads. Broken wax seal is stamped with the shape of an eye. The scroll first appears to be gibberish, a collection of symbols and characters with no apparent connection between them. As you study them, however, you can almost swear the characters begin to move. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, they shift and crisscross and realign. Able to read the text. Simpleton seeks out a wise man who knows the answer to every question. Please, says the Simpleton. You have to help me. The world terrifies me. I wake each morning and I don't know why. I make choices every day and I don't know what will happen as a result. I go to sleep all night and I don't know whether it will be my last. When the Simpleton finishes, he notices that the wise man is weeping. Simpleton apologizes profusely and asks the wise man what he has said to upset him. The wise man shakes his head and wipes his tears from his eyes and he answers, some people have all the luck. Yeah, I get it. I don't know if anybody else does, but I definitely get it. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You have found it, now lose it again. What? You think the thief was an accident? The voice seems to shift as the speaker is continuously changing age, race, and sex. My looks are meant to stay in one place for long. They're meant to be lost and found. It was the search that gives the thing a value. Think of the Black Meadow. Find the drake that faces east and bury it beneath its skull. All right, we'll do this thing because it's fucking funny. Another arquebus. Getting a lot of guns now. Oh god, this game just continues to amaze. You know what? Oh, that looks good. Looks really good, actually. Okay, we've got Fleetfoot Slicken, some more Spiderweb, and Mirrored Image. Interesting. I start seeing about moving some of these around. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to put it on him. Yeah, same damage reduction. This is a little bit lower recovery speed, but minor spellbound Sunbeam immune boost. What's the immune boost? It's not a proofing, I don't think. No, it looks good. Give it that much. Yeah. I don't know. Let's put it on him for the time being. He's already wearing mail armor. Need to find some of that crown stuff and make it better. So this turned into a thing. I guess we'll go bury it real quick. So yeah, I was expecting this to be a one and done. So we got jumped by a pissy Animancer. We got jumped by every thief in the frickin' province, plus his warband. And then the god's like, hey. So I don't have to go and fight the old broad. I'm done with this, because I think she's going to be a little bit pissed. Oh, main keep construction is complete. Excellent. Now we have new things to spend money on, and we have a lot of money to do so. So the Bailey is important. Let's do the Bailey real quick. Takes 2 days. Now I have to build a barracks. And that's fine. Okay, where is this thing's skull? I think that one's the one they're talking about. No. Like it does. There's only. Oh, here we go. The Craig skulls face east. The soil underneath is soft and moist. Buried it. Well done, Watcher. I'm going to hell for this. I didn't check to see how long that would take. Probably a day or two. I need to return to the keep and start collecting some of that money I've got because I think it's starting to pile up. Bandits and taxes, so.
Ah, the life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It is true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next, when you have all the world to choose from?
Home, of course.
There is no place like home. Certainly. I don't remember where the hell this place is at. Over there. Oh, this is going to be an interesting conversation. Very, very interesting indeed. That armor is pimp, though. Oh, we are going to be going to the special kind of hell for this one.
How do you do?
I found... Ever inquisitive, I see. I found the scroll, but Whale asked me to hide it again. I can't know what's alive with a story like that, but coming from you, there's a certain logic after all. You served well, and you served me too. Oh, God, we didn't die. I was both a keeper and discoverer of secrets. May this hood aid you in revealing that what is obscured and keep you hidden from those who wish you harm. Footpat's hood. It's free to visit the Elder Archives and take whatever books or scrolls you find in the open. Spread and circulating new mysteries is part of our service to the obscured. You know what? Maybe if I hadn't told her about that whole thing, it would have been good. Oh, there's an event. 25% experience. Selbent scrubs. Got treasure. Oh, hello. This is an event. Since the end of the Saints' War, dear Woodens have gathered at Avondor Bridge to commemorate the sacrifice of the dozen who gave their lives to defeat Saint Waldwin. It has become customary for priests of Magron leading the procession to sing a dirge to end the ceremony. This year, when the priest attempted to sing the dirge, his tongue swelled in his throat and he died painfully before the assembled crowd. Another priest attempted to sing the dirge a month later. He suffered the same fate. Some believe the gods are to blame for the priest's death. Others suspect vengeful Rizians. Whomever to blame, the priesthood of Magron and the soldiers of Godhammer Citadel just want them brought to justice. Alright. Go get it. Remaining 3 turns. What does that mean? No idea. No idea whatsoever. Meanwhile... That's finished in 10 hours. That's pretty cool. That is very, very cool. Alright, so what's this do? Stealthy of Perception +1. I don't really have a scout anymore to worry about that, but... Yeah, it doesn't quite fit the armor. Now it does, but now I just look like a douchebag. I'll take my hat back, thank you. And I guess we'll stick that in the thing, along with the armor.
Yeah.
How does this work exactly? Oh, I still have Into the Fray as well, I have to remember that. And Sunbeams. Burning, potentially blinding those caught in the blast. I've got that. I need to start paying more attention to my abilities. Very, very much so. And you want to go back to your rifle there, pal? Thanks.
If it makes you rest easier.
Alright, folks. It's time to find an inn, and I think we're going to call it today, because I have no idea. No idea how long I've been going on this episode. And we need to go visit the keep, because, well... It needs Any other episode I was uploading when I started this whole thing started because it, I don't know if it's YouTube or what. But it is what it is. I do love this town. It looks so very cool. All the way over here, please. Difficulty influence of creatures and how many appear in combat. Only path to day and high level content scaling changes the statistics of the creatures that appear. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm sure it's probably not anything good. Cool, they have this on. I think it's normal, but especially if I get the shit kicked out of me, it might be higher than that. I'm quite interested in lowering the difficulty because, well, I'm having a lot of fun.
Well met, friend.
Alright, let's get a room. Alright, folks. See you next time. Peace.